This is plasticine clay. It's a modeling clay used in Wallace and Gromit's early stop-motion animations. And it is mostly used by kids. And today, I will attempt to use it to make an artwork. But there's one problem. I suck at sculpting. This right here is the last clay sculpture I've made when I was 12. It is uneven and quite weird looking. So I gave up. Until today. I came across these clay artworks by Friends With You. They are beautiful, joyful, sometimes imperfect, but in the best ways. And I even saw some resemblance with my own art style. So I'm on a mission to make hundreds of these small sculptures to create one big clay artwork. This ended up being one of the most time-consuming works I've ever made. But it all starts on day 1. I start by sketching out my idea. This is gonna be an imaginary forest scene. There's 2 big trees on either side and this pond at the bottom. In the middle there will be an overflowing amount of characters trying to get a sip of that pond. It's time to get straight into it and start sculpting. Alright, let's see if this works. Ooh, nice. Ooh, yes. That worked way better than I thought it would. Put them all in. As you can see, I am truly new to this, so every little discovery turns into a win. So I start by flattening out the clay and then I cut out the shape I need by using my sketch as a guide. For the smaller round shapes like his nose, it's better to make a little ball and then press it on to maintain that round form. I'm starting to add some more depth to Doraemon's face and using my tools for the first time. Fun! And here I'm making a small sausage. Oh no, it's just his color. And bam, just like that, this is my first sculpture. Yes it is, and it is also time to speed it up because we have 99 more to go. I'm gonna be sculpting some of my favorite cartoons and pop culture figures in there and mixing it in with some of my own doodles as well. My goal for this video is to prove that you can suck at sculpting and still make a kick-ass sculpture. Oh, and if I cannot complete this artwork, I will be forced to eat the forbidden clay burger.
That's yummy.
I'm starting to get a feel for the clay, so it's time for a quick montage of the next sculptures. The first 5 doodles are done. I'm learning so much and I feel way more confident going into these next ones.
Is Mojo Jojo.
I'm a big Mojo Jojo fan. I even have a statue of him.
This is gonna be the brain. How do we make brain? Actually, how do we make brain? Look up brain.
I start by sculpting his helmet using white, grey and purple. Trying to keep this material smooth or cleaned up is kinda hard. Plasticine clay is this very soft material, so every time you touch it, it kinda leaves behind a trace, like your fingerprints. But I kinda like this handmade look it gives. And I really like how this one is turning out. Next up is my all-time favorite character. He doesn't need an introduction.
Venture highway in the sunshine, where the days are longer, the nights are stronger than moonshine.
Spongy me boy.
SpongeBob, me boy, you're 2 seconds late for work, boy.
It is day 5 and oh boy, did we have some fun. But now it's time to lock in. The next 6 days, I did not change camera angles once. So we're gonna speed through it, don't you worry. This one is actually 3 sculptures, 2 dudes riding a ginger goat. I love this white rabbit and he's gonna be holding a massive rose. This is one of the bigger ones. It's a pink elephant and I love the flower details. You've seen this one in the intro. The 3D forms in this one worked out so well. I'm really proud of this. I mixed in some dark gray and blue for this doodle. This is just a classic blue boy. And I hope you recognize this. This is Bomberman and when I was younger I used to play the hell out of this game with my brother. we got a tiny Jake from Adventure Time, and he's getting picked up by this mysterious lanky figure. Of course I gotta have a Godzilla, he's just so much fun to create. I'm really getting better at this, and this red cat was one that I felt particularly proud of at the time. So I had to make a cute red dog as well. Look at him, wagging his tail. Isn't that adorable? Here I experimented with a mix of colors as the base, it looks like the sky, and I gave him a BBO. This is Mew, one of my favorite Pokemon. It came out as a solid 6 out of 10, but it does the job. Slowpoke turned out a bit better in my opinion. Fun fact, the official Slowpoke Day is celebrated on my birthday, August 10th. What are the odds? Everything you've seen up until this point was filmed in March and April. And now I'm back here and it's August, and this all has been waiting on me. But fear not, because I have a game plan. I'm about 30% done, and there are these 3 big boys in the artwork, and when they're done, that will push us to 50% completion, which is a pretty big milestone. These are multiple times bigger than the previous ones, so it takes a lot of time mixing enough of the colors and then flattening everything out. I was afraid of being rusty because it's been 4 months since I've sculpted, but I'm happy to say that this one ended up being one of my favorites. This dragon really feels like a magical Disney character to me, and I think the forms and the colors really came out beautifully. Before I started sculpting, I actually planned everything here in Milanote, the sponsor of this video. Let me tell you about them while I make the next big boy. I discovered Milanote earlier this year and it changed my life. I went from writing my ideas down in the Notes app to being able to visually organize and lay out my ideas in a way that just makes way more sense to me as a creative. I get inspiration from many different sources, and it's amazing to organize those ideas together. For this plasticine project, I gathered visual inspiration online. I can add notes, images, video, to-dos and more, all in one place. They also have specific templates, not only for art but also for stuff like interior design, filmmaking and so much more. For example, at the start of the year I made this vision board for myself, reflecting on the past and brainstorming about where I want to go next. It can be daunting to think of all your goals and your priorities, but to me it helps to organize them into one place and be able to reference back to it or build upon it in the future. You can invite other people to collaborate on your boards. I use this with my videographer to plan and mood board the videos together. They also have a mobile app so you can use it on the go and all your boards stay synced up. And the best part, it's free. Sign up for a free Milanote account using the link in the description. This tiger came out amazing. This might be the best one yet. Next up is the most complicated sculpture from the entire artwork. Meta Dragon. He's gonna be sitting on this tree branch filled with leaves, and this was just the most satisfying thing to sculpt. Just look at that. I add a bunch of details on the dragon and finally put him on the leaves. This took one entire day, but I like this one a lot. So, first part of the game plan is done, 50% is complete. Now I will do some of the doodles that are here. Then I think it's almost time to put them in the box and see how it looks like for real. Since I had a lot of fun making Fat Yoshi, I'm gonna make a second Yoshi. This time purple and potentially a furry. This next one is almost entirely white, it's Angel Snoopy. I gave him a cute bow and he's chilling on a cloud. These two tigers are very important, they are in the center of the foreground and have some of the smallest details. Low-key, I was kinda scared to make these, and that's why they're one of the last ones I made. I had to retry some parts, but in the end I love how they turned out. This one is inspired by Yoshitomo Nara. His work is just amazing and I felt like his characters would convert so well into clay figures. This clay artwork has more fan art than I would usually do, but you know, sometimes it's just fun to be able to make art of the things we love. I think in the end this clay artwork will kind of be a representation of a lot of the stuff and a lot of the characters that I like. And I think that's kind of cool. I needed some more doodles to fill potential gaps when I'm filling the box. So I freestyled these Kusama-esque shapes with nice colors, dots and a face. These were all not planned beforehand and it was refreshing to just honestly freestyle instead of following a sketch. Let me know what you think of them. Here I'm sculpting some kind of Bambi with a white rabbit riding her. And this is Bugs Bunny riding this fun doodle who's holding
a doodle ball.
I'm slowly losing my mind, I think. I don't know. And finally, we've arrived at the last one. This butter yellow bear was a highlight for me. The forms are just so perfect, he's very cute and very symmetric. And that's all I wanted from him. And here is a culmination of many weeks of work and months since I first started sculpting. Now, without letting you wait any longer, let's put them in the box. And I promise you, it will be very, very satisfying. To give the plasticine clay some more grip to hang on to, I attached a wired mesh to the back of the box. The first step is the sky. I made them a bit too thin, which caused the wired mesh to show through. But luckily this will be covered with more doodles anyway, so it won't be noticeable. Next up is the grass and the pond in the foreground. I'm cutting off the edges to give it a clean look and to make sure the top of the box fits perfectly. And now it's time to add all 100 doodles. Being able to finally close this box is so satisfying. I hope you love it as much as I do. And well, a deal's a deal.
That's yummy.
Okay, so for real, please leave a like or Fatty Yoshi will eat you.